Imagine going on a hiking trip with your closest friends. You're experienced, you're prepared, you've done this before, but a few days later, every single member of your group is dead. And more than 60 years later, nobody can say for certain what happened. This is the story of the Dyatlov Pass Incident, one of the most chilling mysteries in modern history. In January 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out on an expedition through the Ural Mountains in the Soviet Union. The group was led by a 23-year-old student named Igor Dyatlov. These weren't beginners. They were skilled hikers who had completed difficult expeditions before. Their goal was simple: cross the mountains and return home. At first, everything seemed normal. The group sent messages back to friends and family and continued deeper into the snowy wilderness. Then they vanished. When the hikers failed to return, search teams were sent into the mountains. What they discovered was deeply disturbing. The group's tent was found abandoned on a snowy slope, but something was very wrong. The tent had been cut open from the inside. It looked as if the hikers had desperately tried to escape. Even stranger, many of their boots, coats, and supplies were still inside. For some reason, the hikers had fled into the freezing night with little clothing, despite temperatures dropping far below zero. Investigators followed footprints leading away from the tent. The tracks suggested the hikers had walked, not run. But why would experienced hikers calmly leave their shelter in the middle of a deadly winter night? The first bodies were discovered nearly a mile away beneath a large tree. Some appeared to have died from hypothermia, but the mystery only became stranger. Months later, the remaining bodies were found buried beneath snow. Several had suffered severe injuries, broken ribs, skull fractures, injuries so powerful that investigators compared them to the force of a car crash, yet many showed little external damage. One victim was missing her tongue, others were missing soft tissue. The bizarre discoveries fueled decades of speculation. Was it an avalanche, a military experiment, secret weapons testing, an unknown natural phenomenon? Some even suggested extraterrestrials. The Soviet investigation offered few answers. Its final conclusion simply stated that the hikers died because of an unknown compelling force. Not exactly a satisfying explanation. For decades, the case remained one of the world's greatest unsolved mysteries. In recent years, scientists have suggested that a rare type of avalanche may have triggered the disaster. According to this theory, the hikers feared their camp was about to be buried and quickly evacuated the tent. But many people remain unconvinced. Questions still linger. Why were some injuries so severe? Why did they travel so far from their shelter? And why did experienced hikers make decisions that seem so unusual? Perhaps the most unsettling part of the story is that we may never know exactly what happened that night. The mountains have kept their secret for more than 6 decades. 9 people entered the wilderness expecting an adventure. None of them knew it would be their last journey. And somewhere in the frozen silence of the Ural Mountains, the full truth of what happened may still be waiting to be discovered.